And welcome to Library Story Time. Our first story today is Where's the Big Bad Wolf? I guess they want him because here are so many wanted posters. Wanted for chicken chasing and pig poaching and barnyard mischief and pie pinching and egg snatching. What a nasty wolf. He's in big trouble. Let's see what all we find out in this story. I'm Police Detective Phineas T. Doggedly. Just call me Doggedly. I catch low-down, no-good chicken-chasing, pig-poaching rascals. It's an easy job because there's only one no-good rascal in this town. Must be that wolf, huh, boys and girls? That's the big bad wolf. Each time I catch the scoundrel, he promises he will be good forever from now on. Each time I hope it's true, but that wolf just can't stay out of trouble. Late one night, I'm driving down the road when out of nowhere a big gust of wind huffs and puffs. Suddenly, straw is flying everywhere. It's so thick I can't see 2 feet ahead. I stop my car. There's one last puff, and the straw settles. I jump out of my car. Ee, ee, ee! Sounds like pigs in distress. Must be that pesky wolf up to his old tricks. I click on my flashlight. Do I find the wolf? No, I find sheep pulling 3 little pigs from a pile of straw. What's going on? I gasp. Who are you? I'm Esmeralda, says the sheep. Good thing I happened to walk by just in time to rescue these delectable little piggies. Just then the lights go on across the road. 2 elderly cows charge out of the front door. We warned those foolish pigs, they bellow. But would they listen to a bunch of old cows? No, they listened to their silly sheep, and they built a flimsy straw house. And look what happened. A tornado blew it down, squealed the pigs. Tornado, I say. More like it was that good-for-nothing, huffing, puffing bag of wind, the big bad wolf who blew your house down. He's well known for such mischief. That's right, shout the cows. He's probably hiding in those bushes. Oh, no, shrieks Esmeralda. Wolves are so scary. I'm getting out of here. The sheep hightails it out of there fast as greased lightning. The rest of us search through the bushes for that no-count pig-poaching wolf, but it looks like he got away. You'd better find him, doggedly, say the cows. You look after the piggies, I say. I'll catch this scoundrel if it takes all night. I finally find the wolf at home. Whatever it is, I didn't do it. He groans. I've been much too sick with flu-like symptoms. An unlikely story, I say, considering your pig-poaching past. But I have to admit, the wolf doesn't look like he could blow out a birthday candle, much less a flimsy straw house. I'm being framed, the wolf whizzes. There must be another wolf trying to poach in my territory. If there's another wolf around here, my mother's a poodle, I growl. Something funny is going on. I just can't quite put my paw on what it is. The next morning, I snoop around looking for another wolf. The crazy sheep Esmeralda is giving the 3 little pigs more house-building advice. Build a stick house, she says. It's so easy. Easy but flimsy, warn the cows. Easy sounds good, say the pigs. Just plain foolish, grumble the cows. Where did that daffy sheep come from anyway? Beats me, I say, although she looks kind of familiar. See if you can figure out where that sheep came from, boys and girls. By late evening, the little pigs are fast asleep in their new stick house. I park my car behind a bush and wait. It's a mighty flimsy house, I mutter to myself. That windbag wolf might blow it down with one huff and a puff, but this time I'll nab him. Esmeralda is out for a walk. Otherwise, the street is quiet. I sure could use a nap. Huff, puff, thump, crash. I suddenly wake up. Sticks are flying and pigs are squealing. Ee, ee, ee. Pigs in distress, I gasp. It's the wolf. I jump out of my car. I click on my flashlight. And there's Esmeralda. Hi, she says. Lucky I was walking by again, just in time to rescue these tender little piggies. Where's that wolf? I growl. And then the elderly cows race outside. Enough is enough, they cry. With all this huffing, puffing, crashing, and thumping, we can't get any sleep. It's time these foolish pigs learned a thing or two. They march the little pigs inside. They put the pigs to bed and read them a well-known bedtime story. I'd like to hang around and listen, but I need to find that huffing, puffing wolf. I search all over. I finally find him in the hospital. Don't think you can hide out here, I said. Doggedly, says the nurse. Leave this poor wolf alone. He came in this morning with mysterious flu-like symptoms. Most likely, he'll be here for days. There's something strange going on. I just can't quite put my paw on what it is. Well, boys and girls, what do you think? The next day, I snoop around again. The little pigs are building a new house with bricks. No, groans Esmeralda. Build a cardboard house. It's so much easier. Easy to build, easy to blow down, say the little pigs. After many days of hard work, the little pigs move into their new brick house. The big bad wolf can't blow this house down, say the elderly cows, but I'm not so sure he won't try. Are you boys and girls getting any kind of ideas? Anything make you think you know who's doing what? I have an idea. That night, after the pigs are in bed, I park my car behind some bushes and wait. The elderly cows bring out tea and cookies and wait with me. Well, I'd say that's a pretty full car, wouldn't you, boys and girls? All those cows in there. Pretty soon we hear huff, huff, puff, gasp, gasp, huff, gasp, crash, ouch, huff, pant, bang, ouch, gust, pant. The wolf, I growl. Let's get him, bellow the cows. We jump out of the car. We click on our flashlights and race across the road. What do we find? The little pigs and their house are safe and sound, but there's no wolf. Where's that wolf? Bellow the cows. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure wearing a red skirt running down the road. It looks like Esmeralda. There's something strange going on, I say, and I'm going to find out what it is. I chase down the road after Esmeralda. I'm about to pass the hospital when I catch sight of her red skirt disappearing through a window. I screech to a halt and follow. You'll never guess who I find. Now, who do you think that is climbing the ladder back into the hospital, boys and girls? Who was in the hospital? I think we all know. The big bad wolf! He's gasping, wheezing, groaning, and moaning. I can't imagine what happened, says the nurse. He's all huffed and puffed out. That's when I put two and two together. This no good pig poaching, huffing, puffing wolf in sheep's clothing is under arrest, I growl. The big bad wolf has to spend a few sorry days in jail. When I let him out, he promises he will be good forever. This time, I really hope he's learned his lesson. What do you think, boys and girls? You think he's going to learn his lesson this time? As for the three little pigs, they're planting a vegetable garden. They're getting lots of advice from a horse who just moved to town. There is something mighty strange about that horse, but I just can't put my paw on what it is. Look at that horse. In his green, he's wearing a green skirt now. Oh my. I think I know who that is. What about you, boys and girls? Where's the big bad wolf? I think we knew all the time it was that silly sheep, Esmeralda.
She sure got herself in a lot of trouble, didn't she?
She did, didn't she, Miss Lisa?
All right, so boys and girls, we sometimes get ourselves into mischief. And just like Esmeralda did, we all do silly things. And so I've got some pictures I want to show you, and I want to see how many of these things you have done. So the first picture is a little girl putting some makeup on her sleeping father. What do you think, boys and girls? Have you ever done that? Have you tried to make up your dad? Here's a little boy who got caught because he drew on the wall. How many of you have drawn on the wall? That's some mischief. I like this one. This little boy has put some books into the toilet.
Oh, no.
That's not a good place for books to be. That's definitely mischievous. What about this? I don't think anybody's watching these two brothers. Took a laundry basket and zoomed down the stairs with it. That's a little dangerous, but that's mischievous, isn't it? All right, what about this picture? Ever have muddy hands or painted hands and put them on the wall? I like this one too. Have you guys ever done this? This little girl's got the bottle of ketchup. It looks like she's dumped it on herself and she's also licking it. I don't know. All right, let's go down here with this next picture. What about these two boys? It looks like they have their train track out, but then there's little white beads all over the place. I think what they've done is emptied their beanbag chair and spilled the beans everywhere to make like snow for their train. Sort of sounds like fun, but that's a little mischievous. What about this little boy? I bet he got in trouble. Do you see what he did? How many of you boys and girls have used scissors when you weren't supposed to and used it on your hair? See the big chunk he took out right there from the top of his head? This is something I used to do. My sisters and I would jump on the couch. You know, maybe mom and dad allow that, but that's sort of fun and mischievous, isn't it? All right, last row of pictures down here. What about this little guy? He has taken that toilet paper. I know a lot of people like to take toilet paper and even TP houses and trees. That's sort of fun, but mischievous. And here we have two little kids in the kitchen spreading flour all over the place. And last, another mischievous activity you might have done is not only put makeup on your dad when he's asleep, but on your brother or sister, and on your tummies, and on your face and forehead. Oh my goodness. Look at all that mischief these kids have gotten into. All right, mischief can sometimes be fun, but you'll probably be getting in trouble with some of those. I don't know. So we have another book about another character who gets into mischief. This is called Dragon Was Terrible. Okay, so let's see what kind of mischief little dragon gets into here. All right, Dragon was terrible. Dragon was terrible. Naturally, dragons have a bit of terrible in them because they're dragons after all. But this dragon here, super terrible. Does he look super terrible to you? He would stomp on the flowers. He played tricks on the guard. Whoops, pulled his pants down. And he spit on the cupcakes. Ugh, who does that? Dragon, that's who. Look at their reaction. Spit on the cupcakes. That's not all. Oh, he scribbled in books. He threw sand. And he took candy from baby unicorns. Honestly, that's terrible. Mean old dragon. Look, and he's smiling while he's doing it. The king had had enough. Enough, he said. And he posted this sign. Brave knights, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. And it shall be a nice gift, and ye shall like it. His Royal Majesty the King. And there's a little signature down here. Dragon was here. So he knows that this is out there. The knights lined up to show off their dragon taming skills. They all failed, miserably. And Dragon just grew more terrible. What's he going to be doing now, boys and girls? He chased fuzzy yellow ducklings around the moat. Oh, look, he TP'd the castle. Just like this little guy down here. Look, TP'd the castle. And he burned every last royal marshmallow to a blackened crisp. Ugh, who likes burnt marshmallows? The villagers had had enough. Enough, they said. And they posted a sign. Now remember, the first sign said brave knight. Now it says brave people. Whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift from the king. And it shall be a nice gift, we hope. And ye shall like it, perhaps. His Royal Majesty the King. The dragon signed it again. He was there. Ordinary blokes and lassies lined up to try their hand at taming the dragon. They all failed, embarrassingly so. And just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon grew even more terrible. He popped birthday balloons. He drew funny faces on the drawbridge. Uh-oh. He burped in church loudly. Honestly, that's terrible and rude. A boy wearing a feathered cap and a look of determination had had enough. Only he didn't say enough like he thought he would. Instead, he sketched a story. How's a story going to help, boys and girls? The next day, the dragon followed the trail of marshmallows to a shady tree where the boy was reading. He lured him there with the marshmallows. The boy spied the dragon out of the corner of his eye and began to read aloud in a booming voice. And then the brave dragon swooped in to save the princess, he said. The dragon stopped in his tracks. Look at his mouth full of marshmallows. But the terrible knight pulled out his wicked sword. The dragon pretended not to listen. Look, he's playing cards. And the brave dragon roared, and the fraidy cat knight trembled in his boots. The dragon pretended to walk away. A crowd began to gather, and Dragon took cover in the tree, and the boy continued reading, page after page after page, until... Snap, crash, Dragon landed on the ground with a terrible thud. The crowd gasped, and the dragon roared. But the clever boy didn't flinch. He reached out a hand to the dragon and said, "Would you like to hear how the story ends?" And just when you thought it wasn't possible, the dragon smiled. And he took a seat beneath the tree with the other children. Honestly, that's adorable. Look. And the king cheered, and the villagers cheered, and the baby unicorn and the fuzzy ducklings cheered loudest of all. And at last, the terrible dragon had been tamed. The end. Hey, wait. What about the reward? Oh, yes, that. The gift was a new friend, a nice dragon, of course. Look, he's playing with the ducklings, and he's watering the flowers. The end. That was called The Terrible Dragon. Her dragon was terrible. Pretty cute book. All right, Miss Kim, something else for us today?
Oh, my. Well, I don't think we're going to be mischievous now. I think this is a little bit different.
Okay.
This is the mysterious package. I wonder what could be in this package, and so do these children. So let's see about this package. What's going on with it? It was a very foggy day, and Charlie and Francis were arguing, as usual, about the game they were playing. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. "A package has come," shouted Mom. "It was very big," yelled Charlie and Francis. They're excited. They think that package might be something for them. "It must be a present for me," said Charlie. "It could be a very big car." That's quite an interesting car, don't you think? Has a trunk like an elephant. "It's not a car," said Francis. "It's a speedy scooter for me." "Oh, yeah. And that looks like a giraffe's head on that scooter." They're creative, that's for sure. They both wanted the package so badly that they started arguing again. "It's mine," shouted Francis. "No, it's mine," cried Charlie. "Mom, who is that present for?" they asked together. "It's a surprise," said Mom. "We have to wait for Daddy to get home before we can open it." "If we have to wait for Daddy, then it's definitely something dangerous," said Charlie. "Maybe it's a lion." Look at his imagination with thinking that lion is in that package. "That's impossible. We'd be able to hear him roar," said Francis. "But listen," said Charlie. "You can hear something like a heartbeat." "Yes," said Francis. "Maybe the lion isn't roaring because he's fast asleep." "If there is a lion in there, then he's mine," said Charlie. "I'm going to be a brave policeman, and my lion can help me. We will have so much fun together." I guess they would even go swimming together. I don't know about that. "If there is a lion in there, then he's mine," said Francis. "I'll be fearless in the night, and we can sit and watch the stars together." "Oh, that lion's sitting awfully close to the edge there. It's got me worried." And they both wanted the lion so badly that they started arguing again. "It's mine," shouted Francis. "No, it's mine," cried Charlie. At last, Daddy came home. "Daddy, please tell us what's inside the package," Charlie and Francis said together. Look, I think it's funny that the cat wants to know too. The cat's sitting there like, wonder what is in that package. "But this isn't my package," said Daddy. "The package I'm waiting for is much smaller than this one." "Oh no," thought Charlie and Francis. "Maybe the lion is not for us." Just then the doorbell rang. It was the delivery man again. "I'm sorry, sir. I delivered that package to the wrong address this morning. This big package is for Mr. Red, who lives next door. Here's your package." "Great," said Daddy. "My new toolkit." Oh, what do you think those children think about that? Now Daddy has a new cool toolkit. And what about this package deal? That's been happening a lot lately, where packages get delivered to the wrong house. That really does happen sometimes. But what can we do with the toolkit?" asked Charlie. "I know," said Francis. "I've got a great idea." "Daddy, we need your toolkit," they shouted together. Now, what do you think they're going to do, boys and girls? What would you do with a toolkit? I see the cat. Look what the cat's about to do. Wow, the cat's about to get in the fish bowl. Cats like fish. She decided to build a very big house for the next lion that gets delivered. And Charlie and Francis didn't argue even once. Look at that. That's quite a structure they've got going there. Using Daddy's wrench and his screwdrivers and putting together this big cage for the lion. Oh my. Well, they finally got along together, didn't they, boys and girls? You don't argue with your brother or sister, do you? I hope not. Anyway, that was a mysterious package. I'm sure you opened a bunch of mysterious packages in a year, probably on your birthday and at Christmas time, and you have no idea what's inside. Sometimes we try to guess. Anyway, that was a funny little story about two children that argued over a package. So, anyway, we hope you have a good time listening to these stories, and we trust you'll have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye now.